Skull and Bones is coming to Steam on August 22nd, and this is also the release day of the third season. Now, as is the case with most delayed Steam releases from Ubisoft, they will likely be offering a special price to encourage players to get into the game. Yes, the game does require an active internet connection at all times, and unfortunately yes, the Ubisoft Connect launcher is required as well. Now, Skull and Bones is sometimes incorrectly referred to as an MMO. This is not true. A server can only accommodate a maximum of 20 players each, and there is, thankfully, no forced PvP. It is completely optional, though progressing the game will be more efficient if you occasionally participate in some PvP events. Still, the question remains, how enjoyable is this game for solo players? For that, let me tell you the gameplay loop. The game is primarily about sailing pirate ships and doing spawn events over and over again, and you do spend almost all of your time on deck, navigating the open seas, gathering materials, battling other ships, and completing missions. You can get off your boat, but only in a very limited capacity. Mostly when you're talking to NPCs, there's no real exploration or combat on foot. Ship combat is probably the best part of this game. It is arcadey, but still fun. Keep in mind that in this game, you need blueprints to make pretty much anything, and to get those, you often have to level up your reputation, or as it's called in this game, infamy. This means a lot of grinding. At a certain point, you start managing things like manufactories, which passively generate currency for you. Now, the game is actually very playable on your own. Some of the big bosses strongly encourage you to get some extra help, but as far as I know, based on the Season 3 patch notes, they are making that more solo friendly as well. And there is a call for help option if you don't mind some occasional help. Seasonal resets exist, but it's not as extreme or harsh as in other games. Your inventory, ships, gear, vanities, silver and more carry over and are not reset. One of the game's currencies, called Pieces of 8, get reset to 300,000, but if you just remember to spend your extras at the end of each season, then you should be fine. Owned manufactories get reset too. You can reacquire them as a solo player in the next season. There are 4 main currencies in the game. Silver is your basic currency, used for most in-game items and basic cosmetics. Pieces of 8 is a higher tier currency, and you can only earn this by playing the game. It's used for mid-tier items, cosmetics, and upgrading your empire. Sovereigns is a top-tier currency and is earned based on how many pieces of 8s you have accumulated. It's used for high-end items and premium cosmetics. Gold is the premium currency, and it is the only one that you can buy with real money. It's only for purchasing top-tier cosmetic items and doesn't affect gameplay. The pieces of 8s are the only currency that gets reset seasonally. Silver, sovereigns, and gold, all of these carry over indefinitely. There is a season pass, but it's just cosmetics. Everything gameplay related is on the free track, so if you're into the arcadey ship combat and gameplay loop that can be both addictive and repetitive, you should not be concerned about playing solo. Leave a like if it was helpful, and I'll see you next time.